President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has welcomed the National Bureau of Statistics' new report, which states that Nigeria recorded another trade surplus in the second quarter of 2024, eating 6.95 trillion naira. According to the report, the current surplus is 6.60% higher than the 6.52 trillion naira surplus recorded in the first quarter. In a statement by the Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, President Tinubu expressed confidence in the reforms his administration is pursuing and believed they will create a more robust economy that will usher in a new era of prosperity for Nigerians. The NBS report, according to the presidential aide, reflects the country's strong export performance in the second quarter and comes just days after the country recorded almost 100% oversubscription of its first $500 million domestic bond and half-year revenue of 9.1 trillion naira. The NBS reported that exports drove the second quarter surplus to Europe, the United States, and Asia. The Central Bank of Nigeria has directed banks and other financial institutions to submit monthly reports on point-of-sales transactions. This move, they say, is to enhance monitoring and regulations of electronic payment channels. In a circular to all payment service providers on connectivity to payment terminal service aggregators, the Apex Bank handed a 30-day deadline to PSPs to regularize with payment terminal service aggregators. The CBN's directive requires banks to provide detailed reports on POS transactions, including volume and value of transactions, to ensure compliance with regulatory requirements. Banks are expected to comply with this directive to avoid sanctions. The CBN's move is part of efforts to strengthen Nigeria's payment system and ensure a stable financial sector. Also, the returns are expected to be submitted to the Director Payment System Management Department not later than 7 days after the end of each month. The Lagos State government has announced that traffic will be diverted away from Eko Bridge to facilitate emergency repairs by the Federal Ministry of Works. The State Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, announced that the repairs will be carried out in 4 phases, during which the bridge will be intermittently fully or partially closed, depending on the work schedule. The exercise is scheduled to commence next week, Monday, September 16, and will last for 18 weeks. Precisely, Eko Bridge will be reopened in the second week of February 2025. The commissioner assured that Lagos State Traffic Management Authority officers will be deployed to the rehabilitation areas and alternative routes to minimize travel delays and inconveniences. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says it is important for the private sector, key stakeholders, to continuously work with the government to build a resilient and sustainable Lagos that will stand as a model for cities around the world. He said these are the inaugural Lagos Sustainability Summit 2024, organized by the Office of Sustainable Development Goals, themed Building a Resilient and Sustainable Lagos. Olubukola Akikoliosho has the details.
Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs urges Lagosians to collaborate with government for a more resilient state, even as she gives her assurance from the federal government. The inaugural Lagos Sustainability Summit provides a platform for stakeholders to address key environmental challenges and enhance safety measures. The summit seeks to foster partnerships, promote best practices, and explore innovative solutions to ensure environmental quality, public safety, and the well-being of Lagosians. Lagos is a densely populated state and faced with so many challenges. Therefore, coming together for better synergy is the Lagos State Office of Sustainable Development Goals, the Lagos State Safety Commission, and the Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, to build a more resilient state.
Sustainability is the practice of meeting today's needs without compromising the future generations' ability to meet their own needs. Therefore, the OSDG's execution strategy is and will remain characteristically innovative, we have no choice but to be innovative, inclusive, and practical.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, represented by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Amzat, says such collaborations will build systems and infrastructure that will enable Lagos evolve as a truly sustainable state.
Sustainability is not just about the environment. It is also about creating a city that works for every one of us, so that the future we envision for Lagos is one where no one is left behind. Our city planning must address all needs of residents, urban, rural alike, and consider the cross-sectional impact of our policy. I can assure you that we are dedicated to creating public spaces and services that promote social interaction, safety, and inclusivity.
He assures that government will not relent in working towards achieving a sustainable city.
Our collective response to climate change, poverty, and inequality will shape the future of Lagos, Nigeria, and the world. Now is the time for bold, visionary thinking. We must seize the challenge and the chance to build a Lagos that is resilient, inclusive, and globally competitive. We must embrace solutions that not only grow our economy, but also protect our environment and uplift our people.
Now, the question is, can Nigeria achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030?
The journey to actualizing the 17 SDGs is still very far. Research has shown that most jurisdictions, most countries of the world are very far behind and are likely to miss the target. It's the same thing that happened with the Millennium Development Goals. But what we can't say, and what is also a truth, is that Lagos State has made more progress than any other subnational in Nigeria.
The Lagos Carbon Registry was launched during the summit. It is an official portal where people can document information about carbon emission in order to achieve net zero. Olubukola Akin Koleosho, LTV News.
The Lagos State House of Assembly Committee on Local Government Administration, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development has begun its routine oversight on the activities of local government areas. The exercise is to ensure that public funds are effectively and judicially expended. Olatunde Yusuf has the details.
The committee paid a walking visit to Ifakojaye local government, Ojodu and Ojokoro local council development areas. The visit, according to the chairman, House Committee on Local Government Administration, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Honorable Gani Usoni, is an opportunity to familiarize with the local councils, inspect and discuss on progress achieved on different projects embarked on by the councils, and also talk about other challenges. At each of the councils visited, the committee chairman, Honorable Gani Usoni, speak on projects, commending the chairman and pointing out areas of improvement.
We've seen a lot of projects, being done by the chairman of the Ojokoro SCDA. If you go by records, we've been able to see about 40 roads completed and delivered by the chairman. This is what we are preaching, that we can use sports to generate a lot of economic activities, employment and all that. So if you have a gym here, you can be doing boxing or wrestling or what have you, aside from footballing, we'll be making maximum use of this facility. So I just enjoined the chairman to give it a harder look, the aspect of creating a gym. There are a lot of things that are in the pipeline, which, when it manifests, it will be very, very beneficial to the people of Ojodu. Like a mini stadium is coming up, where you have a recreation center, you have a gymnastic center, the football pitch, and all whatnot.
Submitting papers and just watching budgets is not enough. But us going out here, at least we could see physically what they've been doing. And it gives us room to also encourage them, to tell them the shortfalls and areas that the citizens are already talking to us about, that we could also tell them to improve upon. Because since we are also part and parcel of them, we know what people on ground really wanted.
It's a testament to the fact that the State House of Assembly is actually helping the local government in making sure they do the rightful thing, and they've been a source of advice to the local government to make sure that we do the right thing at the right time and make sure we use the people's funds properly, judiciously.
The routine oversight on the activities of local councils is an exercise carried out to ensure that public funds are effectively and judiciously expended. Olatunde Yusuf, LTV News.
Team Lagos caught attention of spectators as the state received a loud ovations and cheers at the opening ceremony of the 8th National Youth Games. The colorful and exciting ceremony saw Lagos contingents donning unique attires, which stood the athletes out during the march past of state. Not fewer than 270 athletes are representing Lagos at the games, competing in 34 individuals and team sports events. Ready to showcase talent and make the state proud, the youngsters expressed excitement with the opportunity to represent Lagos at the national championship for athletes who are below 15 years of age.
To represent Lagos for the National Youth Games. You know, carry 20 million people on your shoulder is not something easy. It's not something someone can just come and say one day that let him be the one that will come and represent. It's not easy.
I feel so happy and honored that I'm part of the people that are going to come for this National Youth Games. I'm expecting a gold medal because every athlete here has what they have in mind to come here for. But me, I am here to win. I'm representing Lagos State and I pray to God that I should go back home with a gold medal because that's my goal, that's my plan.
I am expecting to be a very, very interesting youth game because with the way things are going on right now, I think it's going to be something that looks like going to be very motivating. I should win just the gold medal. When I can get the gold medal, then my state to be happy for getting the gold medal.
Prepared hard, we have drafted plans, I have checked our plan, and everybody has their own planning personally. And we have our goal. It's a very big opportunity and a very big chance. It's a chance to prove myself that I'm worthy.
1,000 athletes and over 1,000 officials have converged in Asaba for the ongoing games. The 8th edition of the National Youth Games is scheduled to end with a closing ceremony on Friday, September 19th. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on their social media platforms. Many thanks for staying with us. Please remember to call the Lagos State toll-free lines 767-0112 in case of emergencies. I am Aminat Elegushi. See you again at 4 p.m.